After
Good, good.
suffering a catastrophic and almost fatal spinal cord injury, professional rugby player Ed Jackson's world changed forever. Now, Ed is a former athlete who trained at the highest level, but in April 2017, he was involved in a serious accident. It left him paralyzed from the neck down, and doctors told him he may not walk again. But there's The Mountain Within Me is a documentary, an inspiring, thought-provoking documentary about an unexpected change, hope, and finding renewed purpose in life. Almost sounds like the Olympics that just finished. What do you think, Ed?
I mean, it's a crazy story. Like every time I hear it, even though it's my own, it does surprise me a little bit. You got me engaged there, but yeah, I feel very fortunate to have come from where I was after having the accident to where I am today and doing the things I'm doing.
Talk about right after the accident and what your life was like.
Yeah, well, I mean, before the accident, I was a professional athlete, so I played rugby for 10 years. And then I suffered this serious spinal cord injury, broke my neck, and I was left completely paralyzed from the shoulders down. So kind of the opposite of a professional athlete, I suppose. So I had a big period of soul searching, trying to find out what this meant for the rest of my life, who I was. My identity was wrapped up in being a sports person before, and it was dark. It was tough, very tough at the start, but slowly but surely through a lot of hard work and a lot of support from some amazing people, I got back. I got back on my feet, and I still very much live with a spinal cord injury now and a disability. But that journey didn't end with getting back on my feet. I started climbing mountains and then started a charity to help other people who've been through trauma do similar things that I've done.
Yeah, I saw you climbing this one mountain, man. That's amazing. What makes you take step after step after step climbing those mountains?
Um, Good question. Sometimes I'm on the side of the mountain thinking, why am I here again? But it's one of those things which is, type two funny. The rewards come afterwards. But really, it's not just taking on the challenge itself. It's being in these amazing environments that have been really therapeutic for my mind. And also, the element of challenge. I've always been a physical person, and having my body taken away from me was tough for like a year or two, not being able to move enough to even get out of breath. So to be in positions where I can push myself again, motivate myself to do more rehab, but hopefully inspire other people who are in a similar situation that maybe they can do something similar or do something beyond their own limitations in their mind. So there's a kind of higher purpose to it as well as me just enjoying being out there.
Speaking of that, what is your message to people in the documentary, and what do you want them to take away from it?
Yeah, I mean, I would love for people to watch this and rethink about what they consider possible within their own lives. I really do believe. I mean, this has shown me. I am doing now none of the things I'm doing I ever thought that I could do, or I'd be capable of doing, or even I'd want to do. But this opened some doors, but it also showed me that life can be short. It's there for living. You've got to grab the opportunities when they come, and often you are way more capable than you think you are. So I hope people can take some motivation for that. I also hope that people who are struggling through trauma, like the film touches on quite a lot of the emotional thought processes that I went through in my journey, the power of communication, the power of collaboration, of like creating a community, all of these sorts of things too. A message you want to get a lot. But it's a multi-layered, it's a multi-layered film. There's lots in there. So some people will resonate with certain elements of it, and some people will resonate with others. But I really think there's something in there for everyone to take away from this film.
One of the things I took away from it was the beauty of the scenery of Snowdonia, the Alps, and the Himalayas. What is that like?
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, obviously, I've been very fortunate to go to these places, and now, even climbing in the Himalayas, and there's something about being amongst big mountains that I find anyway incredibly humbling. It gives a real sense of perspective because it makes you feel tiny, but then also makes your problems feel tiny too. Also, it's nice sometimes to go to places where your phone doesn't work for a few weeks and you can have some peace and quiet. I think that's quite important these days. Yeah, so it's multifaceted.
I would love to have that happen for me. My phone doesn't just bother me at all for about 3 or 4 weeks. That would be
Yeah.
great. I've been speaking with Ed Jackson. The documentary is The Mountain Within Me. Thank you so much for joining us on Morning Blend.
My pleasure.